Hey guys, it's Mela again. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to contour. A lot of people are very intimidated by this technique because it is a little technical, but I'm going to try and make it easy and simple and straightforward for you guys. I have my face already evened out with foundation. I already went in with some concealer under my eyes, and I've already set with powder. The beauty with contouring is that it just will bring out your bone structure. Oh my god, my face, I have angles, I have cheekbones, I have this, I have that. Girl, you have those bones under your skin. We're gonna need two things. We are going to use a matte taupe powder. The one I'm using is Sculpt by MAC, and I believe you can get this one at the pro stores only. However, I mean, you can just use an eyeshadow that's this color. Just make sure there's no shimmer in it. The Least Wattier Portfolio palette, I'm going to be going in with a little bit of the lilac. If you have a lighter powder or cream, maybe 2 shades lighter than your skin tone, but just make sure it doesn't look ashy. So I'm just going to use my finger, and I'm just going to do some graphic lines on my face. And this sculpting works. I mean, you can just leave it like this and you don't blend and just squint your eyes and then, you know, your contour. Just joking. Brow bone, high points of the cheeks, a little bit above here. You don't need too much, okay? Don't go too crazy on this. So from here, I'm just going to blend with my finger, and you want to make sure that when you sculpt, you don't see where it starts or where it finishes. When you're blending, you just want to make sure you stay in the areas that you are applying the contour. I'm not spreading it sideways, I'm going up and down. I'm just really concentrating it where I did apply it. So notice the bridge of my nose is being pulled out a bit more. This part's a bit highlighted more. So I'm bringing back dimension into the face. This one is by Real Techniques, the buffing brush. I don't know if you guys have watched my previous videos, but I'm a little obsessed with these brushes. They're freaking awesome. Shout out to Samantha Chapman of Pixie on YouTube. Those sisters are bosses. The next step is the contouring. So I'm going to use Sculpt matte powder, and I have a contouring brush from Real Techniques as well. And notice it's not too wide. It's probably like 3/4 of a blush brush. Let's say you're using something like this or something like this. You may want to pinch the brush a little bit just so when you apply pressure on it on your face, it doesn't spread out and then you get this big fat contour. No, you just want it to be very, very precise. So you guys can squeeze your brush. I like doing my contour from bottom up. You can do top down. It's really up to you. So I'm going to put it along the jawline and just bring it down a little bit. You don't want to go too high past your jawline. Do you have any idea why? Well, if you go a little too high and too deep, what's going to happen is you're going to look like you got some beard thing going on. Shadow beard thing. You want to avoid stage makeup as much as possible. I break a lot of rules with makeup. I'm like, yeah, don't wear that during the day, but here I go. Pretend that there's an imaginary line from the top of your ear to the corner of your mouth. We're not going to take the contour all the way in, but just picture that as a guideline. Open and close your mouth. Get to know your face a little bit. Here, your jawbone, where it connects. That's where we're going to put the contour. We're not going to go too high because that's where your blush is going to be. We're not going to go too low because, well, it's going to start looking like a shadow from a beard. Just get very little, don't get too crazy, and then just start drawing it in. It's good to look into the mirror just to see where you're applying, but do try and take a step back because it reads very differently from up close and from afar. Because once you take a step back, you're like, oh, I didn't realize I took a brown chalk and just went whoosh. So you don't want to, again, you don't want to give it away. You want to make sure it's well blended. The next one I'm going to do is just place it above the temple, just right there. Nothing too crazy, you know, just get in there. I'm also applying it on the hairline. And I don't know if you guys are noticing what's happening but it's going from light, dark, light, dark, light, dark. So we're pushing and pulling certain features of the face, so it's starting to look a little bit more real. I'm going to start doing the nose, so I'm going to just begin from the corner of my brow and just take it all the way down to the edge. For the ones that do already have, you know, the tall bridges, you may skip this step because you're just going to be exaggerating it. If you find that your nose is too low, or if you want it to look a little bit more perky, I guess, you can get the brush and just shade a little bit at the bottom. So we've got the hairline, temple, bridge of the nose, under the cheekbone, jawline. That's it. Our bone structure obviously isn't symmetrical on both sides. But when you're contouring, you want to make sure they're leveled. So once you start getting used to that, after you put on your foundation, do contouring, you'll find that your makeup will still look even more natural just because you have more dimension in the face. Also, I want to give a shout out to Matthew from Bleach London. I was green before, I still am, but now I am purple. I'm just going to take it out for you. It's really dirty because I followed his orders about not washing my hair for a week. Nebula, I would say, is my inspiration. Blah. Sculpt it, go on with your day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. But if there's anything else you guys would really like to see, just definitely leave a comment because I'm reading them all and I'm taking it all in, and there's so many things I want to teach you guys. I just have to kind of pace myself. Alright, have a great week. Bye.